Hi, everybody. I'm back from Los Angeles. I guess you saw last week I had a hard time waking up early, so I just had to have my bathrobe on and my towel. I think I'm Mariah Carey now. You know how she runs around in her fishnets and bathrobe? I just miss the fishnets. Well, I am sick with a horrible cold, sinus infection, my ears are ringing, and I have a scratchy throat. And I cannot think straight. But fortunately for me, I have 3 brains right here, and they're going to be thinking for me when I forget everything. Now, I said they were brains, but I didn't get into great detail, so I'll let you decide. Now, the storm just stopped. There was a storm brewing. It was so bad, we couldn't hear anything in here, and the wind was just slamming rain against the windows, but at least we have a fabulous water view. So, I'm going to tell you what we're going to talk about today. I can't even hear myself think. My husband goes, well, you can't think anyway. My LA trip, of course, a little bit about the Housewives. I have some health tips for you, some celebrity gossip, and some little inspirational things, and we'll just see how it goes. I appreciate all of your little critiques and the ones especially that say, have a little more continuity and have your thing a little more organized, but you have to realize that we are not a organized group around here. We are a random group. I get my stuff, I come in here, I write it all down, and then sometimes Tony comes and fluffs my hair and makeup, and sometimes I don't even do that, and we just start talking. Imagine if we put any real thought into this, how fabulous, interesting, and how great our ratings would be. All right, so in LA, allegedly, in LA, I am moving in and decorating my new house with a little help from some of my friends. I'll leave it at that. I went to the Estefan, oh my God, I can't think. No, her first name, Emily Estefan. I get her mixed up with Mom Gloria. I went to Emily's album release and Take Whatever You Want album. And it was amazing. There were about 30 to 40 people, 50 people, I don't even know, because, I'm not good with stuff like that. Quincy Jones, her godfather, showed up, and Perez Hilton and Kathy Griffin, and a lot of friends of theirs and supporters of theirs over the years, and it's kind of the same old crowd. We kind of usually get together once a year for something they're doing, and so it's nice to say hi to everybody again. And she really was amazing. She's just an amazing talent. She plays the drums, she plays the guitar. I think she plays 2 or 3 other instruments. She sings amazing. She writes her own songs. It was really great, but I think that was kind of when I got sick. It was in kind of a club environment in Hollywood, and I think that they don't allow smoking, but I think they used to, and I kind of felt like when I left there I was getting like this ear thing, but she was just really amazing. So that was fun, and then of course it was Valentine's week. My friend Iris had an amazing Valentine party. She sent flowers. Oh my God, the flowers at the party. There must have been thousands of flowers. And then the next day she delivers them to everyone's house. And then they were so heavy, you couldn't get them in the door without 2 people. They were like 5 feet tall flowers everywhere. And then we went to dinner, and I sat with Quincy Jones, whom I just love, and he's into astrology, and he was giving me all the things about my astrology and my rising sign and my this sign and my that sign, and he's into the healthy eating, and we were talking about that. He even brought his own healthy eating with him, which I do that quite often. So that was kind of an interesting night. I saw Louis Aguirre. You guys remember Louis from Deco Drive, who's on, what's the name of it now, The Insider? And hung out with him, actually rode with him over there because my husband and RJ went, but RJ is not over 21, so he couldn't get in. And I didn't want to tell him to lie after all my lecturing about not lying, so I just said, well, he can't get in. And then I had the dog, and thank God I sent them all home because my ears were ringing when I left, so you can imagine the little dog would have needed earmuffs. But in any event, that's what happened in LA. Oh, and then my friend Jackie, I don't know if you guys saw The Queen of Versailles, the movie that she was in. It was a documentary film. She came and visited me, and we hung out together, and we're doing some things together, and she's fabulous and fun. And I introduced her around, and we had a ball there. So that was that. Anyway, let's get to some of the gossip. Do you have something for me?
Comments coming in. They love your hair today.
Oh, they love my hair.
Your hair looks beautiful. And Maria Santa Paloma says you're entertaining even when you're sick.
Oh, thank you.
So what's what makes your top?
This top is one of those, Jason, or the one Rainey or whatever wanted me to promote her line one time, and then I don't know if we heard back from her, but it's like one of those Saran type things.
Right.
Yeah.
Your hair, they liked your hair.
Oh, Tony came in and did my hair. It was a big mess.
Okay.
And blah, blah.
All right, and they say Lee's the coolest, beautiful as always.
I'm the coolest. There's no question about it. I'm cool and hip. Yeah. Oh, the hair thing. Oh, by the way, this woman called Katie Rogers sent me this, the Dolphin Wand, 5-in-1 clipless curling iron. And Tony used it on my hair today. What do you think? I thought it was pretty amazing. I mean, I wonder if I think I could use it. It looks, look at it. It's great. I like it. Well, thank you very much. Everybody just sends me stuff like I'm somebody fabulous and important. But when I was on this show, the other show, the canceled show, oh my God. When I was on that show, people would send everything here, but they sent it to someone else to disperse. And that someone else always dispersed it to their friends. They never gave any to me. They just used it for wedding gifts. I showed up at a wedding and I find a gift that was sent for me that she used for a wedding gift for somebody else. They just gave the stuff to everybody else. And people, this one guy sent some chopsticks. They were diamond studded or they had stones on them. And he emailed me 50 times. Did you ever get your chopsticks? I said, you sent them to you know who. And you know who hoards the stuff and uses it for gifts, and I never was able to get my chopsticks. And what I usually do when someone sends me something is I put in our charity auction because I don't like to trade off of, just being a stupid person on TV. And so anyway, but I never got the chopsticks. I never got the ice box with the makeup counter. The girl finally sent me one of those. She said, I sent it to you 3 times. I guess the other girl just kept it. I said, well, I think I saw it at a wedding present one time when I went to a wedding. I mean, these girls, oh my God, it's not enough to borrow the stuff. Put the tape on the shoes, take the tape off, go get it dry cleaned if that, take it back and recycle the clothes that they borrowed. Now they're stealing all my gifts. Oh, well, next. So then I saw, I shouldn't be, when I'm sick, I talk too much. I'm just not thinking straight. I should filter myself better. So, Beverly Hills. You gotta love the production on Beverly Hills. Those guys have it down. They are like, it's fabulous. They went from everything glamorous, everything fabulous, all the big parties, all the big entertainment, the trip to Greece, to cooking in the kitchen. It's a charity thing. They know how to mix it up. So they went from glamour back to day. And I liked last night's episode because I like seeing the girls how they really normally live, even though I don't necessarily relate to a lot of them because even their worst is most everyone else's best day. But kind of a few things that caught my eye. When they did the cooking thing and then Rena says, well, they're late, and that's they're showing how lack of respect for me. Girl, come to Miami. You just call yourself Miss Lack of Respect everywhere. Everything here is late, later, and latest. And the further south you go, the later they get. Go to Dominican Republic, go to Puerto Rico, just gets later and later and later. And then they were cooking tilapia. By the way, it's like one of the worst fishes you can eat. It's horrible for you. Freddie used to eat that all the time, and I cut it off. I said, I'd rather buy you lobster than let you eat tilapia. It's so bad for you. Anyway, so then Rena confronts Eden, and Rena have their little awkward confrontation about who said what and when. And then Rena still doesn't remember she said that about Kim. If you've watched the show, Kim had this drinking problem. And there's a question whether she still does. And Rena made the comment to Eden that Sassoon, that I just call Sass Pants. She made the comment that Kim was close to death, and so Sassy Pants ran with that, and now she's going to save everyone's lives and meddle in everyone's business. And so that was kind of an awkward thing, and they're trying to kind of resolve it and get along. But what I do like about these girls is their fighting is classy drama. It's not, negative, nasty drama. And but then Rinna, she gets a kick out of herself. She really does. She just really is Forrest Gump. She just keeps stumbling into the drama, and then she goes, "Well, Lisa Vanderpump's gate was stuck, and that was why she was late." And so then Lisa Rinna says, "Well, I think that gate's been locked for at least 20 years." She was referring to. I was like, oh, I don't know. She got an award. Oh, speaking of an award, I'm only doing this because they're making me. Thank you very much, the Dakota, for my award, my design award for product design. I'm so embarrassed. But anyway, I did win an award. Little old me for product design. Where's my product? Why am I not showing my product? Well, here from the Dakota. Here are my earrings, and then I have a little ring, and I have my cuff, and I have my handbags. Go on my website, leahblack.com. You'll see what a great award-winning designer that I am. First of all, when we went, I told Jason, well, because they asked me if they could put my name in to win this award, and I told Jason, well, as long as you don't think I'll win, they can put my name in, it's fine, but I don't want to win anything because I'll be embarrassed. He goes, oh, you'll never win. You'll never win. They have a person from the Sorbonne and a person from Juilliard Art, and they have a person with all these degrees, and someone's decorating the palace, and they have someone that designed all these famous things from all over the world. You'll never win. So we sit in the very back, trying not to be seen, I have my little dog, trying to be polite and ready to clap for the winner, and they call my name, and then I had to walk all the way from the back, all the way to the front to get my award. And it was an honor, but I didn't know I was such a fabulous designer myself. So then, Dorrit Dimwit, she's just stirring up again. Well, do you think Lisa Rinna's comments were induced? What does that mean? You want something? Just come out and say it. She's already said she makes Xanax smoothies. Maybe she had a Xanax smoothie that day. And then they had, and then Dr. Sassoon again, she is now diagnosed Rinna as being in denial. This girl is a frustrated doctor. She needs to go back to medical school or psychiatric school or something because she diagnoses everything. She's the doctor.
So you've got Dimwit and Sasloon.
Sasloon, Sassy Pants. I like them both. I think they're both good for the show. Sometimes they just I don't know. Erica's husband is the sweetest thing. How sweet is he? He's so cute. I love him. I think my husband knows him, but he's really a very well-respected lawyer, and he's just so adorably cute. I mean, he's just so cute, and they seem to have it all worked out amongst them. So good for them. And why does Lisa Rinna refer to her husband as Harry Hamlin? Well, Harry Hamlin and I went to lunch today. Well, Harry Hamlin and I are going to go to dinner. Well, Harry Hamlin gave a great speech. It's your husband, Harry. Most people say Harry, my husband, my hubby. Harry Hamlin and I. I think it's just kind of a Tourette syndrome funny thing she does. And then Sassoon now is Skyping a hot dude from London. I mean, can you imagine? First of all, now with the immigration, he probably can't even get here to visit. And how do you pick up a guy on the internet from London and think it's going anywhere? I don't know. Listen, they might get married and live happily ever after. I don't know. Well, I guess that was pretty much it. Okay, so then Atlanta. Oh my God, get your where's the one? We need an X-rated sign. X-rated. Put the children into the red rooms.
17.
Oh yeah, go. Don't let the kids watch. Can you believe this one?
Atlanta Housewives.
The Atlanta Housewives. Portia and Candy both been on this for quite a while, off and on. Candy's married with a baby. Portia's got a different boyfriend every other season or every other week or whatever. And she makes a comment that she was basically, I'm going to give it to you in the mild version, have oral sex with Candy at a nightclub. She says this, and then later sort of denies it, and then she's on to trying to make Candy admit that she's a lesbian or was a lesbian at one time. I think that's going too far for these reality shows. The woman's married with a kid, and don't do that. Don't do that.
Jason Hill says Portia wants to eat Candy's cookie.
That's a very good way of putting it. She wants to eat
cookie with milk.
Oh my God! Who said that?
Jason Hill.
Jason, where are you? Where have you been all my life? We love your sarcasm. So let's get to some celebrity gossip.
Somebody wanted to know what you think of Erica's music, and her new single "Expensive" came out last week.
Well, I like the name "Expensive." I think she's talent. I think she is. I'm not saying that she's Streisand or Adele in terms of her vocal talent, but she puts on a show. She can carry a tune. She's got a nice voice, and she's a showgirl. She can pull it off. She does a good job. Good for her. She's done like 10 albums already. So there you have it.
So Linda Rouse says, I think Bravo needs to develop a show following Leah and Jill Zarin, two of the best housewives to date. It would be hot.
I would agree with 50% of that. I was going to tell you all about Jenna Davis, her genius idea she has about women in the movies. I'll save it for next week. Celebrity gossip. Keisha Knight Pulliam's estranged husband Ed Hardwell says, Judge, I'm the father. We both have money. Why should I pay child support? Well, the reason I bring that up is I kind of agree with him. If both parents have equal money and they're sharing custody, why should the guy pay child support just because it's a traditional thing to do? Women have wanted these equal rights their whole life, and so they've got them now. So now own it. It's like my husband said when the gay marriage thing saw it. He goes, well, why should they be able to get out of the divorce and the fighting like the rest of us? Let them get married. Let them see what it's like to get dragged through a divorce. So they wanted these equal rights, so they got them. So I don't know that you should pay child support for your, kid unless one parent is struggling, And then on this was kind of interesting to me, because Michael Strahan left Kelly, and then there was that big controversy about, well, whose fault was it, and was Kelly upset, and did he offend her, and why did he leave that way, and this and that. Well, Regis Philbin goes on Larry King's show, and for the first time since 10 years, I guess he left, or 15 years, finally comments on him leaving. And apparently, when he left, Kelly got her panties all knotted up in a wad too, because she took it personal and felt like he was betraying her and leaving her, and she didn't like that either. So Kelly quit being sensitive. Don't take it personal. It's a career move. What's the same wanted to retire? The other one wanted to do something else, and you got the whole show to yourself. What do you need those guys for anyway? Don't forget the Oscars on Sunday. I'd like to thank my staff, my husband, my child, my handbags that I dedicate this to, my earrings, and all the things I've designed over the years. Anyway, so the Oscars are on Sunday. You don't want to forget that. You know what? I got to get a hold of Romina and do my E. I comment an E. I'm a commentator for E for the jewelry. I'm an expert on jewelry on the Oscars. I hope they wear some this year. One year they hardly wore anything. I don't like that. When the economy was bad and everyone was like, oh, the economy's so bad, don't flaunt anything. You got it anyway. Just put it out there and flaunt it. What are you going to hide it in the closet and pretend you're poor? Because, you can't pretend you're poor when you're not poor. And all that jewelry is pretty much borrowed anyway. So wear it and make people happy. It makes me happy.
They say you really have a bad cold.
I do.
Try some ginger and honey.
I will. Ginger and honey, that's a good idea. I literally can't even think. My ears ring. I can't even hardly hear myself. Okay. Angelina Jolie finally has commented personally, not having someone else do her dirty work without her fingerprints on it. about Brad and the divorce, and she's saying good things about him, that he was a good dad and that they're a family unit. And so I was happy to hear that. I hate to see them drag their dirty laundry out. He's an adorable guy, super talented actor. She does so many good things in the world, brings attention to so many good causes, and everyone has him on a pedestal. Why do you want to knock yourselves off the pedestal by going at each other? Call me, I'll be your new PR person, I'll tell you how to handle it, and everybody will be happy. Oh, and then apparently, Lisa Rinna did a nude photo on Instagram celebrating Playboy's return to nude photos. Well, who knew that the last year they didn't have nude photos in Playboy? Well, what's the point? I guess they really do read those articles after all. So now the son owns Playboy now. So they're putting the nude photos back in. So that'll make a lot of people happy. So apparently, according to Paris Hilton, Brandy then had to post her nude photo. And the big question is, was she trying to upstage Lisa Rinna? No comment. I always get in trouble when I say something. What made me design my collection of handbags? What?
Someone said it's better to cry to BMW than a you go broke.
I don't know what it means, but okay.
You're talking about you being rich and putting it out
Oh,
there.
yeah, right. See, I can't think. I told you I have a thought bubble. What inspired my handbags? I like having... Tony, hand me a couple of bags. I liked bags that you don't have to spend $3,000 on to go out at night and that are timeless. So I just made a few for myself and people liked them and they said they want them. I said, well, I'll just make a few and my friends will buy them. And then after my friends started buying them, other people said, oh, well, this one wasn't a few dollars. This was custom made, one of a kind, Swarovski crystal. This probably would have got the award for. But anyway, it is. Ooh, it comes also in a hot pink, fabulous big grid. Bring that big fat, gorgeous. This was my first one I ever made for myself to wear on a red carpet. I had it made. I didn't actually do it myself, but it's one of a kind. And then everybody said, oh, you should give that to Lady Gaga. And I'm like, well, oh, Lady Gaga should write a check, and I will. But I love it. Fabulous. But they're not all like that. There's a lot of normal ones, too. What makes my skincare? Oh, I'll tell you about the skincare another time. Okay, let's move on. Oh, health. We have health tips. Oh, I'll give you this one. And then we're going to have to wrap up soon. The average life expectancy at birth has gone up 35 years now. So they're now saying that the life expectancy has gone up above 90 in the last few years. So by the time 2030 comes around, the life expectancy is going to be 106.
Wow.
I told you I wasn't leaving my jewelry to anybody. I'm going to just live and live and live. Low-fat exercises, carbs, homespun. Oh, I'm going to outlive the diamonds. And the little dog that's supposed to live 21 years, I hear. Okay. Oh, here's an inspiration. You got to read this book, Do You Quantum Think? It's an observer-created reality by Diane Collins. Read that book. It's life-altering. You will love it, and it will evolve your thinking in the crazy world that we're in. And then my quote last week that I didn't tell you was, a little kindness and humility goes a long way. This week, my quote of the week was, if you feel an urge, go for it. The worst thing that can happen is it works out a different way. I can't even remember saying that, but I said it because we keep all my fabulous, smart, intellectual quotes on hand at all times. Then there are habits that can change your life. I'll give you these and then we'll wrap it up and we'll go to this other stuff I left out for next week. Trust your karma. Volunteer to do things for other people. Embrace your emotions. A lot of people have a problem with that one. Count your blessings every single day. I do. One of my quotes is, I count my blessings every day and then I pinch myself. And that's a good one because I said so. And cherish every moment with your loved ones as though it were your last. Judge less and accept more. I think I could work on that. Be moderate. Make lists of things and focus on your list. Be organized in your thoughts and getting things done. Find an outlet for your emotions. It could be writing a diary, it could be music, it could be a guitar, it could be a piano, it could be therapy, it could be like me sitting here gossiping about nothing, my guilty pleasure. And follow your heart, but take your head with you and ask yourself twice before making a decision. Well, I thought those were nice little habits to make your life better. All right, so I think we'll wrap it up this week. Next week I'll be back 100% without my ears ringing. And you can find this on YouTube if you missed it, on Facebook Live back at noon on Wednesday. And what else did we have? Did we leave anything out? Are we missing anything?
No, that's about it. Yeah, everybody's wondering where a little black might be.
Oh, you know what? I was so sick today. I was afraid didn't feel like I could really be responsible for little black. I was like, oh my God, if I forget him, if I lose him, or if he doesn't eat or whatever. So I just left him with Freda, who hasn't seen him in 10 days. So she was just all gaga over him anyway. All right, guys, so I'll see you next week for noon on Wednesday's lunch with Leah. Mwah. Bye.